Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, your YouTube messiah and often imitated, never duplicated superstar, as well as the coveted late period WWE champion, Tim Vicious. And we are talking about Raw this week was in Greensboro, North Carolina. Now, before we do, big thing, do want to address, at the time of this recording, news broke earlier in the day. Sadly, Jim the Anvil Neidhart passed away. He was 63 years old. It's sad to hear when, you know, you see somebody you grew up watching go, you know, and there's really not much more I can say in regards to that. It's sad to hear that he went. He's going to be missed, obviously, by family, friends, fans. All I can do is just hope that he's in a better place. That said, Raw starts, Greensboro, North Carolina. First thing right off the bat, Renee Young doing commentary on the show. First time in WWE history, woman headlining the commentating team for Monday Night Raw. And honestly, with the momentum that they're picking up leading into the event, the Evolution pay-per-view coming up in October, that's going to blow it out the water right there. That's just going to be like, you know what? You know, at this rate, WWE's going to be is just sitting back here and everyone's saying, oh, we need more women empowerment. Hold my beer. Watch this. Hey, that's basically on how they're going to be going between now and October. I guarantee it. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, and I'm not saying that in a sexist way. What I'm saying that is they're smart in a business sense. That's where the money's at. So, what else you going to do to bring in big money? Go where the green is. Now, Raw starts out. Ronda Rousey, she's coming out. Cuts a very heartfelt promo about the Anvil and on how Natalya was the first person to welcome her in, you know, and on how she's, you know, going to be missed with her friends, you know, on how he's going to be missed and on, you know, she's praying that her and her family are finding peace and are going to be okay and all that. And then she swings it around to the match coming up on Sunday, because this is the go-home show. Always emphasize, two most important shows of the year. Two most important shows of the month, I should say. The go-home and the fallout. The two most important shows of the year are the go-home and the fallout to the WrestleMania, but either way. Yep, she's talking about on how she's going to win this Sunday, on how she's going to be the new Raw Women's Champion and all that. And then out comes Little Miss Bliss. Or actually, before Little Miss Bliss comes out, she introduces who Little Miss Bliss's opponent is. And that would be Amber Moon. Amber comes out. And then Alexa comes out with Alicia Foxx wearing some kind of vegetable-like substance. I'm going to go and assume that she, right before she came out on TV, she was filming a new WWE Studios version of Little Shop of Horrors, and she was going to be Audrey too. Is that the case? Anyone know? Guys? Nah, fuck it. Will you two quit playing Tetris? We got a show to make. Fucking crew I work with. Swear. Anyways, Bliss comes out, and as much of a heel promo as it was she cut, man, she was hitting the fucking nail on the forehead right there, saying on how, you know, Ronda, you know, on how basically Kurt was being a very incompetent general manager, because Kurt wound up doing, Kurt had Roman Reigns leave the building to protect his Universal Championship match main event for SummerSlam. He didn't do that for Alexa Bliss, having Ronda leave. So, she went over Kurt's head and went to Corbin. Corbin then issued her a bunch of local security. And then they came out, so. And just as Bliss was in the ring staring down Ronda with her security escort behind her, boom! She takes a cheap shot at Ronda, winds up dropping to the ground, and then Ronda gets up just as the security guard's trying to stare her down. She throws one, roundhouse kicks another, decks one, and then the other's just like, and runs off. And then now we get to the match. Alexa, she was in control at first, and then it started to kind of move back and forth. It was good storytelling. I liked it. There was a lot of storytelling with this, on how more so the commentators were doing it for me, talking about on how needing to get ready for Sunday. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time trying to focus. Fucking brain fuck. Anyways, it was a half decent match, nice storytelling with it. The match came to an end. It was via disqualification. Amber Moon, she hit the Eclipse, and just as she was going for the pin, Alicia Foxx came in, boom! Broke the pin up, ref called for the bell, and then after that, Ronda Rousey got in their shit. And they brawled. So, honestly, I could see Alexa Bliss winning, but it'd have to be through either a dusty finish or we get a chicken shit heel kind of finish. Like, she makes herself disqualified or does something to make Ronda get herself disqualified or something. Either way, though, next match we get Baron Corbin going up against a mystery opponent. Now, it was announced earlier today via the Twitter that Corbin hand-selected an opponent for himself and for Finn Balor to go against, leading into their match coming up. Now, Corbin, his hand-picked opponent was Tyler Breeze, which case, that's pretty good. Breeze, as much as people want to say on how he's a smaller guy in stature, honestly though, the motherfucker wound up going through Lance Storm's wrestling school, and Lance Storm even said it himself. If he can't teach you on how to do wrestling within like 6 months or so, you're pretty much fucked, But yeah, decent match. It was more so just to build Corbin up. Corbin, he was playing the muscle game, powering over Breeze over everything. Tyler had like 5 seconds to build some momentum. Just as he did, Corbin got the win doing the deep 6, 1, 2, 3, and then that was it. So yeah, next up he winds up calling saying Finn Balor's opponent is going to be Jinder Mahal. And then he comes, and then once Jinder's in the ring, he said, oh wait, I'm sorry, I was catching my breath. Now I want you to think on this for a moment. He's trying to play that he's a big guy. Little guys like Finn don't bother him. He can walk over them with no problem. If he's having to catch his breath, I'm sorry, but that just kind of tells me, dude, that little scrawny guy you just beat up, he knocked the shit out you and you had to catch yourself for a minute. But I also grew up street fighting and seeing dudes that were like 6'8", 6'6", get the shit kicked out of them from somebody that's like 5'2". But either way, anyways, Corbin says, whoa, Finn sees himself as a fighting man, a big man, so I figure it wouldn't be a problem for him to have to go against 2 opponents. So So let me introduce you to Jinder's partner in this handicap match, Kevin Owens. And then yeah, and just as Corbin's leaving, doing the yeah, I got the best of him, out comes Kurt's music and says, whoa. Now I can't I can't scrap this match, but that doesn't mean I can't add to this match. So it's going to be a tag team match, players. Holla, holla, holla. Oh, wrong general manager. Either way, it's going to be a tag match, and Finn's partner is Braun Strowman. You know, the match is what it is. It's to build up the match more so for Finn and Corbin and Strowman and Owens. And honestly, I feel kind of bad in this sense because Jinder gets left out. You know, I much prefer to have Jinder Mahal involved in some kind of a way, you know, for some kind of a match. But either way, as far as the match goes, heels were in control until Braun got tagged in, and then, you know, then they went to break, and then once they came back, Finn was in there. He was the team punching bag. And then Braun got tagged in again. Once he got the hot tag, boom, cleaned up house. He won by doing a power slam onto Jinder. 1, 2, 3. That was it. So yeah. Next up we get triple threat tag team match. Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt, the Revival, and the B team all going against each other for the tag titles. Now, nice action right at the start, you know. Decent match. You know, it had a nice brawl, had a nice action all around. I wouldn't say it had a brawling feel, but it was a nice match. Good action all around. I dug the hell out of it. Liked on how the Revival did a heart attack, you know, as tribute to the Anvil, you know, much like, you know, in the same way Jay Lethal, he'll do Hail to the King in honor of the Macho Man. Ooh yeah, dig it, you know. So, and match wound up coming to an end when Curtis Axel, he did a blind tag on one of the Revival. Next, you know, Bray, he's got them both lined up. He's got both members of the Revival lined up to go and do a double Sister Abigail on them. Instead, they counter and they hit Bray with a Shatter Machine. Just as he does, that's when Axel comes in, sneaks in, throws both members of the Revival out, pins Bray. 1, 2, 3. That is it. So they win. Now, B Team does have a match against the Revival coming up for the tag titles at SummerSlam, I do believe. Otherwise, that may have been a heat-induced hallucination that I saw. You know, not entirely sure. No AC at the Vicious Studios. We're still working on that. It is if one of our producers could stop spending our money on lottery tickets. Sorry. But yeah, if that's the case, yeah. Either way, Revival, B Team. Honestly, at the pay-per-view, I can see it going either way. So yeah, next up we get impromptu 6-man match. This match started up literally right after they played a tribute video to the Anvil. So it was Titus, Apollo, and Bobby Roode going against the Authors of Pain and MoJo fucking Rawley. This match now had a nice good brawling feel all around to it. Really dug it. It was pretty short match. All the matches tonight were relatively short, but, you know, again, it's all in a matter of the way the show was presented. Everything was meant to be quick to help emphasize the telling of SummerSlam's a Sunday. You know, matches. You know, we're going to do this to build further to that. Not saying it was good. It was a good idea or a bad idea, but it was an idea nonetheless. Either way, match came to an end. Bobby Roode hit the glorious DDT on Juju Rawley, and that was that. So probably going to get a match between these two either at SummerSlam or down the road again. In which case, chances are, MoJo Jojo Rawley's probably going to get the win. So, coming up now, the last match of the night, technically main event of the night. Sasha Banks going against Riott. Ruby coming back from having to tweak their knee. So, Sasha, she was leading at the start, right up until Ruby wound up getting her hand caught in the stair, and then boom! Hit it and just started working it hard, you know. And really like seeing that, you know. Again, seeing heel, target a specific body part, work it. Work that son of a bitch hard, you know. Drive your knee into it, stomp on it. Bend the fingers back like this, you know. Bend them back. Do like Marty Scurll. Pull the fingers back and then and then snap. Something like that, you know. Do whatever the hell you can to get the frickin' to get heat and to work a limb. So, match came to an end. When match wound up coming to an end, yep, Sasha, she went to go over. Sasha wound up taking out Liv and Sarah Logan. Bayley wound up clearing them also out of the way. Just as Sasha got back in the ring, you know, Ruby Riott, she did a sneak up, roll up, 1, 2, 3. That was it. So yes, heaven forbid the heel had to do some heel-like cheating moves to secure a win. You know? So now we're coming up to the closing segment of the night. The official contract signing for the Intercontinental title match at SummerSlam between Seth and Dolph. And now they were saying Seth Rollins has been having traveling issues all day, so he wasn't there yet. And so Kurt came out and talking about on how before that there was an incident with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. Now, last week Paul Heyman bawling his eyes out, looking like, you know, he may have did one too many hits with Snoopy, you know. Eyes big old and red, watered up, crying unmercilessly about on how he's not sure how Brock is or what kind of Brock Lesnar this is right now. But either way, Roman came out, cut a promo talking about on how he's going to whoop Brock Lesnar's ass. He's going to send him crawling back to the UFC. And when he gets there, he's going to put Brock Lesnar's head so far up Dana White's ass it ain't real. And honestly, at this point, and I'm speaking as a fan of Brock Lesnar, I'm perfectly okay with that because I'm just thinking, well, what else is there for Brock? Story-wise. Think about it. He's already beaten Goldberg, so he's got that off of him. He's already taken out, he's already destroyed John Cena once and beat him unmercilessly to win the World Heavyweight Championship. He ended The Undertaker's streak. He ended his long-lasting feud with The Undertaker. He's become the only wrestler in history to be he's become the only wrestler in history to be IWGP, WWE, NCAA, and WWE Universal Champion. They're now as well as UFC Champion, and they're now pushing that the story of Brock's looking to be a two-sport champion, to be Universal and UFC Heavyweight Champion. So, I'm just thinking, what else is there story-wise for Brock? You know? This is very much so in the same way like Hulk Hogan in 93, I think it was, with King of the Ring. Like, well, what else is there? What else is there for Hulk? You know? He's already taken him, he's not only been to the top of the mountain, he's been at the top of the mountain and been king of the mountain for X amount of years. What else is there? Nobody's been able to dethrone him. Same thing with Brock. He's been king of the mountain for X amount of time. There's not much else left for him. That's my take. Now, back to the Roman thing. Roman said that. Paul Heyman came out, and then he was trying to say to him, but, now Roman, you do not have a chance against Brock Lesnar being this methodical unless you have somebody who knows each and every one of Brock Lesnar's secrets, and I can pass them on to you, and then you can hear, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am the advocate for the reigning, defending WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns. Roman didn't buy into it, and Roman basically said, I grew up in this business. My father taught me long ago, stay away from sharks. You're a shark, you're drowning, you ain't worth saving. And then he said, you're right. I'm gonna teach you something that your uncle and your father taught me when I was 15, 16, 17, riding with them. And then he said it in Samoan. Honest to God, I wish somebody made a gif of it and translated it. But, either way. He said it, and then Roman just had that look of, what? And then he handed him a paper and, like, looking at it. Next thing you know, Paul, boom, hit him with a can of mace and then left. Just as he did, Brock came in, beat the shit out of him, and then put him in a guillotine choke to choke him out. Now we're back to the closing event. Kurt said he's not going to suspend Brock, he's not going to strip Brock of the title. Roman is still going to be able to fight at SummerSlam, and he wants Roman to kick Brock's ass. Now, honestly, the only thing I could see this leading to, Kurt consistently saying that is, Kurt, we possibly get one last match between Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar. I think. I'm not saying I've talked to any inside sources. I don't have that. I don't do that like that douche nozzle and that fuck knuckle Meltzer. So, nah. I'm just giving fan speculation. But as he's talking about that, then out comes Ziggler and McIntyre talking about on how, yo, you're talking about all of this when you should be talking about this. You know, and then Ziggler cut a promo talking about basically on how, you know, Seth, he's being a workhorse. He's out there every night, night after night, pushing the bar higher and higher, telling everyone to step their game up. And Ziggler and McIntyre are the only ones that respect him for that and are challenging him for it. Everyone else is sitting back, being compliant, and Ziggler was out there stealing the show night after night, and then the people just stopped caring. It's not that the people stopped caring because you kept stealing the show night after night. It's the fact that, you know, you weren't going anywhere. And I'm not saying, oh, well, I blame the back because he got buried. No. Because honestly, there was nothing saying that you can't go out there and do something to make yourself get noticed, to say, I deserve the damn strap. Also the fact that, you know, he's fucking concussion prone. He's been fucking concussed multiple times. So, no, I don't want to put that... From a business standpoint, I wouldn't want to risk that and put the fucking belt on one of my championships on one guy that, you know, may not be able to... That if they take one wrong shot to the head, next thing you know, boom! Oh, I can't wrestle now for a month or 2 months. So... And yes, I know he's got the Intercontinental title now, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. So, they're doing that, and they talked about, during the course of the show, on how Ziggler had an issue with the contract as he read over it, saying that Seth has the ability to have somebody sit ringside for his match. And Kurt said, well, I have that because, Dolph, you have Drew there, I figure. Have that be fair for him. Of course, if you think I'm being biased, I can always have Drew McIntyre. I can always have Drew be banned from ringside. It's like, oh, it's alright then. It's alright. So he signs the contract and then says, just make it official, count it as a forfeit now. After he signs it, then Seth's music hits, he comes out, apologizes for the late travel delay, and he's out there in his wrestling gear. So apparently he was traveling around in his gear. Weird. Just trying to picture like Hulk Hogan doing that same bit and saying he was late because of traveling issues, and you know, just thinking he would be traveling in the big yellow spandex. Either way though, he comes out, talks about on how he's sorry he's late. He was due to for travel reasons, but it wasn't because he was traveling for himself. It was to get who he's having ringside with him. And then cue the music, and now comes the Titty Master, Dean Ambrose. He has returned! Nice clean cut, well-groomed fake beard. You know, Dean looks actually half decent presentable. And once he came out, Twitter exploded and every fangirl under the sun all said, I'm so jealous of Renee Young now. Yeah, I can't say I blame him. So anyways, they came out, they cleared house, and then Seth signed the contract. So honestly, I see Seth winning the belt back. That's that. So yeah, that is it for this week's show, folks. So like I always tell y'all, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Make sure y'all look for me on my Twitter at Tim Vicious. Also do have another account, Tim_Vicious. Gotta use that if I get ghosted or if I'm put in Twitter jail or something. Also on that, excuse me. Also on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. And if you're going to look for me on there from here, make sure y'all let me know in some kind of way so I don't think you got your creep drone going. Also, don't forget to look for all of these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter. Axel Mulligan, Kenny Killer, my two good brothers, I Am Dean Sunday, and Oliver Ben, who's the executive producer for this show. Make sure y'all check his music out on iTunes, Spotify, and such. Details are down below. We did provide the music for this week's show. Also, don't forget to hit Ollie up for one of these Ollie Rewind shirts. Show the man some love and support. Cranky Grandpa Aaron, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I forgot to put your new Twitter handle on here. I apologize on that. I'll fix that as soon as I can. As well as Daddy MWP. And folks, like I always say, y'all, you guys are great.